Well, last but definitely not least, we have the man that really has inspired me the most out of all of my heroes. Now, yes, I'm sure I'll be doing more of these heroes courses because I'll tell you folks, I have so many heroes. But Mr. Danny Gatton has been the man that's really moved me all through the years. And I find like he's the guitar player that I still try to copy the most, try to steal licks from all the time, and still study to this day at 46 years old. I just love everything that Danny is. He's such an aggressive player. He plays with such confidence and such vigor that I have just really been so amazed at his level of no fear on the instrument. So that's why he's been really the biggest hero for me. So, you know, Danny Gatton was actually, played up in the D.C. area, up at the Birchmere lot. And, of course, the records that he put out with Big Mo, though, are just some of the best guitar music you'll ever hear in your life. Of course, he did things with the Fat Boys, Danny Gatton and the Fat Boys early on, then moved into his own, thing where he actually did Redneck Jazz Explosion, where he teamed up with Buddy Emmons on the steel guitar and did just two amazing records of that hillbilly jazz stuff, redneck jazz stuff. Then, of course, he went on to his solo career and just put out some amazing records like 88 Elmira Street. Matter of fact, he even did some stuff with Robert Gordon. There's an album called The Humbler that I highly recommend you pick up, where Danny did a lot of cool rockabilly stuff. Of course, and then moving on to his solo career, there was The Untouchable, Danny Gatton, there was... oh my goodness, Cruisin' Deuces, 88 Elmira Street, and the Portraits album was fantastic. Then he did an album just before he died called 9994, which really is one of my all-time favorite guitar albums. Danny was actually playing his Fender Custom Telecaster double neck that had a baritone and a regular six-string telly. But that record is just three-piece and just totally unreal. But to be honest, my favorite Danny Gatton record is the one he did with Joey DeFrancesco called Relentless. So definitely pick that one up. He played some incredible guitar stuff on that. But now getting into Danny Gatton's style, what did I steal from Danny Gatton? Well, a lot of things. One lick was this one here. Now, that's one Danny was known for because it is what I call a jumping lick. So Danny would play it like this, but he had paws the size of Texas. So he had no problem stretching those paws out to reach what he needed to reach. For me, Danny would do that lick so fast that it was like, so it was like a real jumpy, bouncy thing. So as I was playing Danny stuff, I found that for me having steak fries for fingers, I needed to do it like this. Same idea. See? I can't even do it Danny's way. But it gives you that triplet. So I just thought I would do it that way. So if you do it fast, it's... And then Danny would do these crazy things where he'd reach down in E, and he would just do... So he's just actually hitting an F sharp, and then just sliding down from there. And crazy, crazy cool rockabilly licks like that one. So, and then of course Danny was also known for his, had to put a little Johnny Hiland love on the end of that with a bend. But then again, the way he used that lick, I know it sounds simple, but Danny really loved the Hammond B3. He loved organ players. And in fact, I actually have a Leslie pedal down here made by DLS Effects called the Roto Spin. And I'm going to actually put this in the track I'm going to play for you here in a bit. But Danny loved that sound. He loved that B3. And in fact, they say that Danny actually used to take a real Leslie cabinet with him to shows and actually get that true Leslie sound, but out of a guitar. And so you would always hear him doing licks like this. So he'd use the B3 to get that. And I actually took that idea and went like. Now, instead of sliding into what I just did there, Danny would actually do like. So I just loved his chordal movements, double stop. Virtually anything the man did was just, at first when you hear it, you go, that's impossible. There's no way I can learn that. But over time, as you keep messing around and jamming along with his CDs, you go, wait a minute, I think I can grab that. Well, you're not going to play it exactly like Danny Gatton did. I don't think anybody can play it exactly the way Danny did. But you grab an idea from him, turn it into something that you can utilize in your own playing, and then you find out, hey man, I've got my own Danny Gattonism in my own playing. How cool is that? I know people say that I am... well, I've been called the new style Danny Gatton, and I get really tickled and flattered by that. But I just find that for me, it's just important for me to keep Danny's legacy alive. We lost Danny in 1994, and the world lost an exceptional guitar player. And they say he was the best unknown guitar player. I guess it's really because Danny never really reached out for superstar fame. But yet, at the end of his career, he was getting it. He was opening for the Kentucky Headhunters, and he was out on tour. He was on MTV. He'd done some cool things, but still signed to Big Mo Records and did some good TV stuff. But yeah, Danny was kind of a lover of old cars and loved to be at home on his farm. And I guess I can understand that, Touring around the world isn't for everybody. I get that. So... anyway, Danny Gatton is truly a hero of mine. I would recommend you pick up any records you can find by Danny. And trust me, you'll be mesmerized. He'll be one of those guitar players that you just can't stop listening to. So I guess it's time I pull out a track and do my best to play a little blues in the style of Danny Gatton.